So this figure was just a little too big to get my little review station. So I'm gonna do this from the top angle. I actually really like this top angle, so I might be doing more reviews like this. But yeah, King Sphinx from the Lightning collection. A lot of people, if you collect this line, you know that this figure was entirely too clean. If you've ever seen the show, you know he was dirty. If you remember this character, he was extremely dirtier like he appeared in the show because the toy was just too clean. Him and Pumpkin Rapper were way too clean. So Pumpkin Rapper is another story. I'm working on that one right now. But I did King Sphinx in the same day I opened it, only because I already knew what I was going to do to this. Once I saw it, I knew I was going to put a wash on it. I haven't seen too many people do it. I haven't seen anyone do it, actually. I haven't seen anyone put a wash on this toy. I don't know why. Most people, I don't know. Most people just haven't got around to it. They either didn't buy it. I know some people didn't buy it because they didn't like how clean it was. A lot of people told me that when I put this on my Instagram, that they didn't like it because it was too clean. So a lot of people told me too that they wish Hasbro would do this. And quick note, like if Hasbro was to do this level of wash, the figure wouldn't be $30. It would probably be $50 or $60, only because they would have to do it to them all. It's cheaper for them to just mold it, cast it, put it together and ship it to us than it is for them to do mold it, cast it, put it together, put a wash on it, and then ship it to us. Because then, I didn't just do the wash, so they wouldn't just do the wash. Because you've got to realize how many of these they make. It would cost them a lot of money just to do the wash, so they probably wouldn't do it. I didn't just stop at the wash. I did also add some details to it, like on the chest. I added the details on the chest and also the shoulders. In the show, I noticed it was really hard for me to get reference pictures of this too because they're all from like 93 and they're blurry as hell. So most of the pictures were blurry, but I was able to look at them enough to see that there were some details that weren't picked out. So originally his nose wasn't painted and these were just yellow. These were red outline, but just no yellow on the hieroglyphs. And from the show, I could tell from the pictures I saw, he had the red on the chest and the white on the hieroglyphs. So let me zoom in. You can take a look at that. But yeah, I just went in there with a little fine point brush and painted. That was really tedious actually because I actually made a mess and I got paint. It was tedious as hell, but I did it. The white too. Somebody said they might have been gold, but from the pictures I saw, they were white. So I just painted them white. And that really adds to it too. That it's crazy the amount of sculpt they put on this figure and didn't put a wash. That's really crazy. Because there's a lot of battle damage on his shoulder, as you can see. A lot of battle damage on the shoulder, even on the tunic here. There's a lot of sculpted lines for like leather look. And it's just crazy how they didn't go the extra mile to even make the little stuff stand out. I also put a wash on the wings because I think in the show his wings were probably more dirty than him. And not to say the character was actually dirty, he just had shadowing. So that's pretty much what the wash does. Is I feel like if you do it right, some people just put a wash on it and they just leave it. But I feel like if you take the time and you wipe off the wash, like what I did for this was I put the wash on, I let it dry completely. I took a wet cloth and I wiped off the excess. And I feel like usually I do it the opposite way. Usually I'll put the wash on, let it sit for like few minutes, and then I take a dry cloth and wipe it. But this one I reversed it, and I felt like that's how I really got the wash to stick into the lines, because there's some really shallow lines molded here, and I really got a lot of wash to stick in there. I'm really happy with how the legs came out too, because in the show his muscle lines have a lot of shading, and I'm really happy that I was able to convey that with just a basic wash. So that was pretty dope for me. They don't really show a lot of the back, so I really didn't have anything to go on besides what the wash was already doing. So there's the wings from the back. So I really like how this came out. That's really sick. I'm really liking this angle and how you can see like really closer to. This might be my new way of reviewing things. I really like this angle and how you can like really get up on it. And I think I like this angle. So King Sphinx, I really like the details. I also went in here and painted the eyes red with just like a metallic red I mixed up. Painted the eyes red, and the end of his chin thing was red too, so I painted that also. I was gonna paint his nails white on his hand. I was gonna paint those white, but I figured I'd just leave them like that. The toes too. I really like how the feet came out with the wash. This whole figure just came out phenomenal with the wash. The wash really did this a favor. I was gonna put a wash on the head, but I saw in the show as well, in the reference pictures, the headdress really wasn't dirty like that, so I really didn't want to dirty it up. I might go in here and put some clear gloss on it just to make it shine, because it was shiny in the show, so I might do that. But I really do like the way this wash accented this figure. It just came out so sick. I did the staff too. I also did the staff. My finger's black because I was painting yesterday, but I did this staff too, and it just came out super dope. It really came out sick. I gotta go in here and paint. I believe this is green or red or something like that. I gotta go in here and paint some little details with the wash. Really just came across awesome on the staff. Gotta paint that gold. That was gold in the show. But yeah, really when I get these Lightning Collection figures, if I can mod them, I don't try to go like this one was easy because it was just a wash, but I really don't try to repaint full figures for Lightning Collection. You don't have to. Even the Power Rangers, if you notice, if you have to collect the line and you notice, a lot of the gloves are off white, because in the show they were like that. In the show the boots are always dirty and stuff like that. So I really wanted to convey that with this figure. This looks fire. This looks so sick. It looks even better in person. Like the pictures and video don't do it justice. You see this in person, it's amazing. Like, just look at the detail. That's pretty sick. Another reason I didn't want to paint the nails too is because the way you put the staff in the hand, it deals a lot with where the fingers and nails are, and I know that's gonna wipe off. So if I did the toes, it was gonna make me want to do the hands. That's another reason I didn't paint them. I did not put a wash on his other hands though. I don't plan on using these. I have to go back and watch his episode, because I don't know what these are particularly for. Because the effect they gave was for him. It just goes with the staff, so I'm not sure where those hands come in. Because I know he does hold his staff pretty much the entire time he's on screen. But yeah, I know in Zoo Ranger too, he had a better plot point in Zoo Ranger than he did in Power Rangers. If you don't know, Zoo Ranger is the Japanese version of MMPR, and his plot point in Zoo Ranger was way better to me. I don't even know what his purpose was in Power Rangers, but in Zoo Ranger he was turning kids into trees and he was tricking kids with riddles. It was crazy. But yeah, there he is, King Sphinx, pretty fire. One last look here. Really like the way this came out. This came out pretty fire. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And I'm out.